Have you ever wondered why men and women seem to deal with emotions so differently? It's something that comes up a lot in relationships. Women often seem more open with their feelings, while men might bottle them up or avoid talking about them. But why is that? Is it just the way we're wired, or is it something we've been taught? In this video, we're going to look at why women tend to be more emotional and in tune with their feelings, while men often ignore or hide them. We'll talk about how things like our brains, hormones, and even society's expectations shape how we show our emotions. Plus, we'll see how these differences affect relationships and share some tips on how both men and women can understand each other better. If you've ever been confused by your partner's emotional behavior, or just want to know more about this topic, stick around. This video is for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you're opening up to your partner about something emotional, and they just don't seem to get it? Or maybe they don't even want to talk about it at all? It's frustrating, right? Well, it turns out this might have less to do with your relationship and more to do with how men and women are wired differently when it comes to emotions. In today's video, we're going to explore why women are more in touch with their feelings, while men often seem to ignore or shut them down. Let's break it down. On top of biology, society also plays a huge role in shaping how men and women express their emotions. From a very young age, we're taught what's appropriate for our gender. For example, girls are often encouraged to be nurturing, expressive, and emotionally in tune with others. If a girl cries or talks about her feelings, she's usually comforted and told it's okay to be emotional. But for boys, the message is often the opposite. They're typically told to toughen up, be strong, and avoid showing vulnerability. Phrases like boys don't cry or real men don't show emotion are still common in many cultures. These expectations can create pressure on men to suppress their emotions or to only express them in certain ways, like through actions instead of words. This creates a divide between how men and women express themselves in relationships. While women might feel comfortable sharing their emotions, men might avoid talking about how they feel, either because they weren't taught how or because they fear being judged as weak. Relationship impact. So, how do these differences in how men and women process emotions actually affect relationships? Well, when you're in a relationship, communication is key, and emotions are a huge part of that. But when women are naturally more open with their feelings and men are more likely to suppress or avoid them, it can lead to a lot of misunderstandings. For example, a woman might want to talk about something that's bothering her, to get support or to just feel heard. But if her partner doesn't express his own emotions or brushes her concerns off, she might feel ignored or disconnected. On the flip side, the man might be frustrated that his partner keeps bringing up feelings when all he wants is a solution to the problem. He might even feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable with all the emotional talk. This mismatch in emotional needs can create tension. The woman may feel like her partner isn't emotionally available, while the man may feel like he's not doing enough or is being bombarded with emotions he doesn't know how to handle. It's a cycle that can leave both partners feeling misunderstood. But it doesn't have to be this way. The key is understanding that emotional differences don't mean one person is right and the other is wrong, they're just different. Recognizing and respecting how each person processes emotions can make a huge difference in creating a stronger, more connected relationship. So, how can couples deal with these emotional differences and strengthen their connection? Well, it all comes down to communication and understanding. If you're a woman, try to recognize that your partner might not be as comfortable with expressing his emotions. Instead of pushing him to open up immediately, give him time and space to process his feelings in his own way. Sometimes, simply asking, "How are you feeling?" in a non-pressuring way can help start the conversation. For men, the key is to make an effort to express your emotions, even in small ways. You don't have to have deep, emotional talks every time, but sharing a little bit about how you're feeling can go a long way in making your partner feel closer to you. It could be as simple as saying, "I've had a stressful day," or "I'm feeling a bit down today." And remember, it's not just about talking, it's also about listening. For both partners, being a good listener can help bridge that emotional gap. Sometimes, all it takes is really hearing each other out without trying to fix things immediately. At the end of the day, acknowledging that men and women approach emotions differently, and finding a balance between talking and listening, can make all the difference in building a deeper, more understanding relationship. Understanding the way men and women handle emotions differently can truly change the way we communicate and connect in relationships. It's all about finding a balance, being patient with each other and being open to different ways of expressing feelings. So, what do you think? Do you think these emotional differences cause issues in your relationships, or have you found ways to make it work? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it.